What the fuck is up, everyone? Prison Meddler here, back with another fucking album review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Spiritbox's new album, Tsunami C, which came out a few days ago. This is their sophomore album. As you may know, the band is formed by a couple, Courtney LaPlante and Mike Stringer. They were engaged during that time. As you may know, they were previously from the band I Wrestled the Bear Once, a band nobody talks about anymore, which they were like a Hot Topic metalcore band at the time previously. Then I Wrestled the Bear broke up, and then Courtney and Matt formed Spiritbox in 2017 and released an album called Eternal Blue, which came out in 2021. No, I'm sorry. It was formed in 2016, not 2017. My bad. Anyway, yeah. This is their sophomore album. As you may know, since the release of Eternal Blue, the band has gotten some pretty much major success. It reached up to the near charts. They did a song with Megan Thee Stallion, and as you may know, they got pretty much popular throughout the 2020s so far. And as you may know, this is one of their most anticipated albums of 2025. A lot of people praising it. A lot of people are giving this a 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5s. And my thoughts on this album, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, yes, I'll say this. It's pretty overhyped album. I'll say it that. I'm not saying it's a piece of shit or nothing, but it's no masterpiece either. Okay, sorry guys, it's not a masterpiece. It's overrated. A little overrated. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's terrible or anything. It's fine. It's a fine album. As with this album, pretty much like Eternal Blue, they got some really solid riffs. It got some really catchy choruses. I really like the production, just like with Eternal Blue, as well as the EPs and such. As we know, the song pretty much starts up with Fata Morgana, which it really hits hard. I'll admit, I love the riffs and such. It does really hit hard. And we got Black Rainbow, which is a pretty solid song. I do love the song Perfect Soul. It has a very, very catchy chorus, very punching riffs and such, really punching tempo as well. Like, pretty much a great song to listen to while working out. It's pretty much like a motivated type song, as you say. I mean, the album is a little bit more experimental than it was in Eternal Blue. It's got some elements of metalcore. Well, it's mainly metalcore and alternative metal and gen. It's got more elements with prog metal, spoken word, electronic, drum and bass, alternative rock, pop, and EDM. As we know, Courtney LaPlante has some influences by SZA, The Weeknd, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, and such, with modern pop artists. I mean, let's get it tried. The song Soft Spine, that song really did hit hard, like very hard. It's definitely one of their most heaviest Spiritbox songs ever to date. Definitely one of their most heavier songs ever. I definitely thought the song Soft Spine hit hard. No Loss, No Love hits hard too. The only thing I have with this song is I am not a fan of the interlude with this. It kind of sounds like you hear something from... I'm not a fan of the spoken word interlude from Courtney. I just don't think it fits well with the song. It just has this hard-hitting metalcore type song, and then it switches to this Nine Inch Nails type sound to it on the interlude, which I just don't think that was quite necessary. But let's focus more on the negatives later. Okay, now start with the vocals. Courtney LaPlante. She sounds great, for the most part. My little bit of criticism here is a few of the songs on the chorus, she sounds a little bit quiet at times. I mean, I'm not saying it's her fault that she does that. I think it's mainly because of the mixing and such. The album is pretty overproduced. Even though it's very well, it can be a little overproduced sometimes. And for some reason on the chorus, she sounds a little bit quiet, a little bit sound from the back. I mean, she still sounds good. They could have just turned up the vocals a little bit on the chorus. I mean, let's be real here. Chorus is something you sing along with, right, guys? The song Tsunami C and A Heaven with Two Faces has a really nice prog sound to it. It's got some nice synthesizers in the background and such. It's a really great mellow track as well, with some hard-hitting moments here and here. And I do like this catchy chorus as well. It has this nice, I do like how they added the synthesizers here. I definitely think it fits well in these songs. Now, there's one very big negative I've had on this song, and it's the song Crystal Roses. What the fuck was that? That song was terrible. I'm sorry. I hated the song Crystal Roses. It has this like EDM sound throughout the entire song, and whenever the metal song hits, she uses fucking auto-tune. That song... What the hell, Courtney? Why auto-tune? Why? That was terrible. I'm sorry. Crystal Roses was awful. Easily the worst Spiritbox song ever. And I know there's some metal bands that kind of use auto-tunes at times. Mainly Avenged Sevenfold on the songs like Lost and Cosmic. But at least it fit well with the song. This one, it didn't. I'm sorry. That was terrible. The auto-tune was terrible in that song. I'm sorry. That was awful. That was like the biggest negative I've had on this album. I also forgot to mention on the song Perfect Soul. It sounds like something that... It sounds like a Devin Townsend song. It sounds like something that Devin Townsend would write. For some reason. I don't know why. It kind of sounds like a Devin Townsend solo project or something like that. Which I actually do like, as you may know, I'm a fan of Devin Townsend. And the song Deep End, the closing track, which is a somewhat solid, decent way to open the track. It has this like nice electronic drum beat sound with this typical Spiritbox chorus and such, which is pretty much a cool way to end, which is somewhat a cool way to end the album. I also enjoy the song Black Rainbow. It kind of has this EDM sound when it hits hard to this like hard, fist-pumping metalcore type sound to it. I mean, I'll admit, Black Rainbow hits really hard. I almost forgot about that song. That might be my favorite song of the album. I'm not quite sure, but Black Rainbow really does hit hard. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it after here. I don't really need to review all the songs. Throughout the album, it's cool for the most part. A lot of songs do hit. Pretty much catchy moments throughout. Again, my main complaint is mainly the song Crystal Roses. That song is just trash. As well as No Lost, No Love. Even though I like the most part of the song, they could have cut out the Nine Inch Nails influence interlude and just cut that whole thing out or alter it, and then that will hit hard. But as for the rest, I'm not gonna complain. I mean, again, it's well produced, even though it's a little overproduced at times. Courtney's vocal sounds great, as usual. Even though they could have turned up the vocals a little bit on the choruses on some of the songs. And yeah, I'm not going to complain much, so I'm going to go for a 3 out of 5. I think it's a pretty decent album overall. Very overhyped album, to tell you the truth. I might go for a 3.5 if they cut out the song Crystal Roses. I could go for a 3.5 if they cut out Crystal Roses. Because that song was utter trash. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of ruined the album for me. But as for the rest, really solid. Pretty decent album overall. It's got some nice catchy moments or such. I know many people say it's a step up from their last album. I disagree. I think Eternal Blue is better, in my opinion. I think it's a bit better. Mainly because, first of all, there's no bad songs in Eternal Blue. This one has one bad song, but the rest is it's good. I'll give it that. I can see why many people love Spiritbox. It has a great vocals. Courtney is a great vocalist. Really great produced, really hard punching riffs. I can see why Spiritbox has gotten a lot of attention. As for me, even though I like the band, I can see why. I do like them. So, I mean, I don't love them. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of them or such. I'm not sure if I would consider myself a fan of them, but I do like them. But yeah, I say this album is very overhyped. I see why many people overrate this album. I kind of find this album a bit overrated, to tell you the truth. Like, I'm going to say a bit, like, moderately overrated, but I can see why many people love it. I mean, I still digging that new Whitechapel album. That new Whitechapel album definitely destroys Spiritbox's new album, to tell you the truth. But overall, guys, it's solid. I'm not gonna complain about it. So yeah, I actually enjoy this album for the most part, here and there. But I think their last album is better. That's all. That's pretty much I have to say here. Alright guys, so that was my review for Spiritbox's new album, Tsunami C. What are your thoughts on this album? Let me know in the comments. Do you like this album? Do you not like this album? Let me know in the comments. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much it. Subscribe for more content and all that bullshit. And I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here. So I'm out.